So, man, that's a serious selection there, boy. We'll find out. All right. All right, so welcome back, everybody. So in studio right now, we do have Timothy Superville, founder and director of CharityTT, a registered youth-led non-profit organization focused on uplifting underserved communities. He's here to discuss the official launch and back-to-school drive. Timothy, thank you very much for coming this morning.
Thank you for having me, Marlon.
All right, so here's what. Let's get right into CharityTT. Let's speak about the objective of CharityTT.
Sure. Well, morning to you again.
Yes.
Morning, nation. The objective of CharityTT is, as I said, a non-profit organization that is community-based. You know, our heart is really to help those who are in need. And as citizens, you know, me together with my wife and the team,
right.
You know, we said that we have to do something. We have to make a measure, a medium in which we can reach those who really need food supplies. You know, there are a lot of persons out there who lost their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, so our aim and desire is to really help those who are in need.
All right. Where is the organization based?
Right. The organization is based in Sandy Grande.
Right.
Right. Because of funding and so forth, that way we could have hosted the office. Right. But we are more or less mobile. So,
okay.
So for instance, anytime you can feel free to call if you have an issue, want us to reach out. So we are not limited to the Sandy Grande area.
Okay, so you came from Sandy Grande this morning?
No.
Oh. That'll be a get up early and a long drive, boy. Yeah. Good morning, Sandy Grande. Yeah, Timothy. Because let's get deeper into the assistance that you are offering. Because you spoke about food items and so on. But I want you to be clear on that.
Right.
What is the criteria for people to get help from your organization? Because if the message comes out in a particular way, I'm sure that your organization is going to be flooded for help.
Yes, of course.
So let's speak about the people. Let's focus a little more on the group that you intend to help. Is it elderly people? Is it single families? Is it mothers? Is it so let's get deeper into the types of people that you intend to help.
Sure. Well, I would start with the back to school drive.
Go ahead.
Which we are about to do, right? So seeing with the job loss and so forth, we looked at what was the immediate need right now, right? We recently registered from April month. And the initial idea was to do a food drive in Christmas.
Right.
But as you say, we look at the immediate need, right? So what we did, we partnered with 16 schools throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
Where we would have reached out to the schools, asking them to provide us with a list of names of students who would need supplies. We also extended that to the region of the West, right? Diego Martin area, Four Roads, Cocorita, and so forth, right? We even have persons as well who call from all over. And what we have done, we have sent out ads pertaining to who would need help and support.
16 schools. Primary schools or secondary schools?
Primary schools.
Yes, okay.
Yes. 2 from Tobago and the others from Trinidad.
Okay, go ahead.
So we are there henceforth open, right? Now, as a startup organization, your main factor does be funding. Right? So even though our heart is to reach everyone, right now as the initial startup, we could only organize the back to school drive at the moment, right?
Okay, all right.
So henceforth, we are even asking for partnerships. You know, even on our website, you know, those who are in the nation, we have a system where if you desire to help, you know, you could always fill out the information.
Right.
You know, that could see that because the more funding we could have is the more we could assist those who are out there.
All right. So let's stay on that point. if people want to contribute, want to donate certain things to your organization, how do they do that? And what are the items that you need most at this time?
Okay. Well, if you desire to contribute, right, you could do that via our First Citizen Bank account, right, CharityTT.
Yes.
Also, you could also buy items, and you could also deliver it to us.
Yeah.
On the website, www.charitytt.org, where you'll see the event about the back to school drive.
Right.
There's also a link where you could see all the items that we need, right? So at the moment, if we can get notebooks, copybooks, and some stationery items, and then in that way we could reach a wider market.
All right, Timothy, please stay with us for a little while longer. Everybody, we are going to a very short break. We're coming back. West Indies is you I'm so proud of. All right, everybody, so welcome back. So we are continuing our discussion with Timothy Superville, founder and director of CharityTT. So Timothy, how many people do you all intend to assist this time around?
Okay, well, to assist with the back to school drive, we intend to support 100 primary school students.
Right. And as it relates to the foodstuffs, how many people do you all intend to assist?
Well, as I say, everything is based on funding, on contributions, you know.
Yeah.
So we don't really have a limit, but it's based upon how the supplies and the flow of income come. So even as we have reached out for the back to school, and I just want to share how urgent the need is and for the support.
Right.
So even as we would have reached out for the back to school support, there are a lot of parents who would have messaged us and replied to the ads and say, we need food. There's a lady in particular, she messaged, she said, my husband lost his job. I am not working, and my account is only $1.66.
Yeah. And
this person was from the Cedros area. And, hearing these stuff, hearing this kind of news, it has saddened my heart. Because I believe as a nation, as a people, there's always more that we could do. And this plea is that we come together and really try to see how best we can assist those who are in need.
Yeah. So is it then, let me put it this way. So how many requests have you all received thus far for help?
Well,
it's overwhelming.
Overwhelming. And I understand the persons out there because they need help, So, but is overwhelming, and it does be tough at times.
Yes.
Even to respond to say, well, the list is full.
Right.
But, we're trying to see how best we could open up more spots. And sometimes the no doesn't be well received.
Yes.
Because persons are in need. But as I say, the cry is to really get the support. Even from other, financial institutions, right? Members of the public ministries.
Yeah.
I could give one example, right? About the support that we have received, in which we are truly grateful for. I would have reached out to the MP for Central Diego Martin, Mr. Simon Dinabrega, right?
Right.
And in reaching out to him, from the first meeting, I went down with my mom. And, he was so excited because he understood the need for the support. And he and his team, also pledged that assistance as well.
Right. Okay. All right. Timothy, anything else you'd like to add before you leave us this morning?
Yes. As a nation, as the Bible says, 1 Corinthians chapter 3 from verse 17, those who have, those who could give, right?
Yes.
And see it, brother in need, and shut it up his bowels of mercy. The Bible says, how can you have the love of God in you? And as a nation, we truly need God. You know, when we look at things that are happening, even the crime situation, even the loss of jobs, these are you know, effects of what is the root.
Right.
And the root is we have to get back to love. We have to get back to being our brother's keeper. And this is a plea that you join us, you know, help us as young people, you know. We have the launch on the back to school drive on the 30th of August at the Central Digger Martin Community Center, right? Now, because of the number that we're trying to help, we cannot really open to say for persons to come to receive, because we already have a list.
Right.
But if you want to come to support, even if you want to come to bring the item, bring a pack of notebooks, you know, it could still come that after the launch, we could still reach those who are in need. And if you desire to even support us, on our website, www.CharityTT's.org, there's a link that will say how to give. And in that link, we are asking for partners to join us, even with our monthly contributions, as little as $50.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we want asking for help, we don't want to be a burden to others as well. And we do it in a way because we are really trying to bring a culture shift, Marlon. Mm-hmm. And that culture is really to care one for another. You know, I was having this discussion with a friend of mine, and he was saying, you know, Temo, these days not like long time. You know, a long time, even though you're hungry, and neighbor would still call you for a plate of food. So tell you, well, you know, all this.
Right.
But now we have shift and become so self-conscious, so selfish.
Yes.
That we only consider ourselves. And this plea is not just to Charity TT, but to the other charitable organizations. Even you at home, you may have a neighbor who is in need. We ask that you give him that support.
Yeah.
You will know of other child that, you know, may need a book or supply that you can be in direct reach. Please do it, right? On our website as well, there's a link to also volunteer. So if you want to provide whatever skills that you may have within videography, photography, management, whatever area, you know, you could come and give us your support. So we ask that institutions, please connect with us, businesses, business partners, you know, and let us really push Trinidad and Tobago forward.
Yeah, and I think it is safe to say, Timothy, that the more contributions you get, you will be able to help more persons, because I do understand that this has to be consistent assistance.
Correct.
Because if you give someone a hamper, I don't know how long that is going to last.
So true.
So the more contributions you get are going to be very, very important. Timothy, thank you very much for coming this morning. We do have your contact information. We do have your phone number there. Thank you for the good work
Thank you
that
very much,
you all are doing in the communities. It's very, very important work. I know it's sometimes very hard. Yeah, but stay the course.
Thank you very much
again for coming. All right, everybody. Take a note of the number, okay? We are going to a very short break. We are coming back.
All the sugar can be good for me. No, no, no. Sweet TNT. Touch up on West Indies, blowing them big trees, hot sun and cool breeze. You already know.